There was a period in time that I studied straight for 12 hours. I stressed out my brain. The concept I knew was that study hard, but then nothing to show for it, because it's not just by studying hard that you get the high grades, succeed in your academics, and get everything you want. There are things that you need to do in order for you to succeed. If you study from now to tomorrow, read 12 hours, 20 hours, and do everything you need to do, you can still fail your exam if you do not take into account certain strategies, techniques, and certain methods in order for you to succeed. The only thing you need in order for you to succeed as a student is studying smart. It's not just the person that sits 12 hours, 6 hours long that gets the results. When I was in school then, there are times that I stay hours studying, stay in the library without moving, get there in the morning, leave in the evening. But by the time I get to the exam hall and finish the exams, the results still remains bad. Not until I started studying smart, everything changed. And when I started studying smart, I don't need to stay that long hours anymore. I don't need to put too much pressure on myself in order to get the grades I want. I just took into account certain strategies and techniques that I'll be showing you in this video. You must have had times that you knew you need to study to pass. You did it, you did everything, but then you didn't still have the results you wanted. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the solution to the problem. Instead of studying hard, I'll be teaching you how to study smart. And what do I mean by studying smart? Studying smart is by using relevant strategies, techniques, and methods that you can apply to your study session in order to get the results that you want. And you won't need to stress yourself too much, reading for hours, grinding, and discover that you didn't pass the exam. One thing I want you to do is to start applying study techniques. What are these study techniques? Active recall, spaced repetition, Feynman technique, Pomodoro technique. These techniques do not work in isolation. You can't apply one technique and leave the other. You have to apply them together. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you what all these techniques is and when you should apply them at any point in time in order to get the results and succeed as a student instead of studying hard. So this technique that I'm about to share with you will not only help you get the results you want, you will not face too much stress while you're studying, you stay focused while you're studying, and in fact, you get the most results out of everything that you need to study. So I want you to pay attention as I go on. Now, the first thing I'll be talking about is active recall. You must have had active recall everywhere. In simple terms, active recall is simply when you read your book, you close the book, you walk around and you try to forcefully recall the information from your brain. Now, active recall is not when you just look at the book and you just do like this. Active recall is when you've read something, you drop it down, you walk around and you forcefully recall the information out of your brain. That particular process is very hard, and that is why most students don't do it. And that is why I see so many students, they watch so many videos on active recall and study techniques, but then they fail to apply it because they have a particular habitual way they study. And this habitual way is just like brushing your teeth. You are accustomed to a particular way of brushing your teeth, but if you are introduced to a particular information about the right way to brush your teeth, it will take a very long time for you to actually imbibe that new method because the old method has been accustomed to you. Same thing too with study techniques. There are particular ways you've been studying and there are ways your teacher and everybody have told you to study. In fact, they'll tell you to study hard. But then when you are now introduced to a particular way of studying, most students, they tend to say like, oh, this is my own method of studying. But then that your own method is not getting you the results you want. So why can't you just listen and apply the right strategies and right techniques that will help you? It's not just about listening to this video and listening to everything. It's about listening to it and apply it when you need to apply it. So I'm going to be telling you when exactly you need to apply it. When you are reading for the first time a fresh book, You don't know anything about it. The first that wants to do is to skim through. Skim through. When you skim through, you are priming your brain. And when you prime your brain, you are telling your brain to get familiar with everything. You are not going deeply. You are telling your brain to scan through and search for related information in your brain that you can link the information to. So when you skim through and you now go through a deep study. Now, in this deep study, this is when you go in deep. You try to understand the concept. You try to relate it to what you already know before. You try to do a lot of things. Then after, in order to test that you've read that thing accurately, then you apply active recall. Now, the mistake most students make at this point is when they read and try to understand, they will still go back, pick up the book again, and go through the same process. But then here, you don't have to go through the same process again. You have to drop it and try to think and try to force the information out of your brain. Now, that process can be really hard, but it is good because if you can successfully retrieve the information, you are reconsolidating the information and you are strengthening the neural patterns of the information in your brain in order for you to be able to remember later. So when you are now apply active recall, now active recall is not something you can apply once. It is something you apply periodically. When I'm explaining spaced repetition, you understand what I mean by this. Active recall is not something you apply once. You have to apply it periodically. So after you've applied active recall, now spaced repetition is when you are not studying last minute. Few weeks to the exam, 3 days to the exam, a month to the exam. You are studying at least 5 months away to the exam and you are spacing your learning. I made a whole video on how you can actually plan your study, and I have this 4-step framework that I used, so you can check this video on the card above. That 4-step framework can actually help you to space your learning perfectly and apply active recall at interval, and this will help you strengthen the information. So in essence, you don't need to study 12 hours, long time. In fact, if it's just 2 minutes you are applying for each day, or 5 minutes is enough. So you don't need to stress yourself too much. And this is when you are studying smart. You are not studying hard. And in fact, you will not face too much stress. Now, there are times that what you need to study is a whole lot, so bulky. Now, what I will advise you to do at this point is that you should apply Pomodoro technique. And Pomodoro technique is just about studying for 25 minutes and go for a 5 minutes break. Now, the reason why it is important is because you are resting your brain. You are not putting too much pressure on your brain. I could remember there was a period in time that I studied straight for 12 hours. I stressed out my brain because the concept I knew was that study hard. So I stressed out my brain. I did everything I could, but then nothing to show for it, because by the time I get to the exam, I've already stressed my brain on it, so I could not recall. So it is important to rest your brain at interval, space out your learning, apply active recall at each study session, and apply Pomodoro technique at each study session. Study for 25 minutes and go for 5 minutes break. It's very important. There's another method in which you can ascertain what you've learned and be sure that what you've learned has been solidified in your brain. And that is when you apply Feynman technique. Feynman technique is just about you explaining what you've read in simple terms, putting it down in simple terms. If you cannot put it down in simple terms, you don't understand it well enough. You read something, take the notes aside, have a fresh book, and try to write it as if you are teaching it to someone. In that case, you are applying active recall, and also you are trying to simplify it in your own words. Now, there are two things that it is doing at that point. You are strengthening the information by applying active recall. You are also solidifying your understanding by simplifying it into simple terms. So if you can simplify it in simple terms, that means you've understood the concept to points in which you can explain it at any point in time to anybody, and the person will be able to understand. So if you can do that perfectly, You don't need to study that hard. You don't need to go and just read your book and just keep studying and just keep looking at the book. That is a bad way of studying. And in fact, I'll not advise you to read for too long. Now, a lot of students read for too long because they've not been reading before and they discover that they have a pile of notes to study. They start going for a day break for a long study session. If you take it upon yourself to study way before and space it out by applying active recall all along, you will see how stressless your study session will be. Aside from study techniques, there's another thing that I want you to pay attention to out of everything that you need to do as a student. One side is dedicated to studying, another side is dedicated to your conduct and how well you understand who is taking the course and how well you understand the exam itself. So try as much as possible, take your time, understand the type of exam you are doing. What is the expectation? What are they expecting from you for that particular exam? What type of answer are they expecting for you? How does your lecturer or your teacher expects you to write certain things in your exam? You have to take those things into account because it contributes to how well you get the grades and how well you succeed. So if you apply all the techniques and know everything, fine, you know everything in your book, fine. But then how well can you construct those things that you've read, that you know, in such a way that it's what the examiners want? So you have to actually research about your examiner and know what he or she wants and give them what they want. Because if you don't give them what they want, they will not give you what you want. So that is that. So one side is for you to study, another side is for you to research about your examiner. So you can study, you can do everything you need, but then if you do not look into the type of exam that you are trying to do and try to find out and research what is required of you at any point in time, you will still have issues trying to succeed and get the good grades that you want. So it's not just about going and studying and do everything you need to do. You need to strategize and think. Another thing I want you to take note is that learn from your past mistakes. Now, nobody is perfect. There are times that you read something and you put it down in a way that your examiner does not want. You have to learn from that mistake and look for a way to re-strategize and think about how exactly you can put in your answer in order to suit the examiner's wants, in order to satisfy the examiner. So you have to constantly learn from your mistake and constantly check your result and compare it to the previous one. Now, you had these results in your previous exam, your previous section. Now, how can you improve? You looked at the results. What are the mistakes you've made in your previous results? How can you correct those mistakes? Then, if you look at the lapses and you look at the mistakes that you made and you correct them, definitely you are going to have a good result in your forthcoming exam. That is exactly how I analyze my exam. There are times that I have grades that I don't like for each courses, but then I look into the results and I ask myself, what did I do wrong? Now, there are courses that we have high scores in some and we have low scores in some, but then I will ask myself, what exactly did I do to have high score in this course that I did not do in this course? And what exactly am I missing? So if you can evaluate yourself at every point in time and look at it and try to zoom out and try to analyze, you'll be able to you put yourself in the right position and in the right footing to re-strategize for your next exam and put yourself in a good condition. So if you can do that perfectly, I bet you are going to get everything that you need and you'll succeed. So it's not just about studying hard alone. You have to look at all these parameters and take them into account. So if you got so much value from this video, please like the video and also subscribe to the channel. You can also check out this other video on other things that you need in order to study smart instead of studying hard. So thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.